Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello my fellow friends. For group's idea for our business is the invitation card by using digital network. It can call e-card. We choose this idea because we want to upgrade this way to invite people to attend the wedding. The main function is the barcode that the guest will scan, and the invitation will automatically be saved, and the application will set a reminder on the guest's mobile phone. By scanning this barcode, the guest will know and reach where your venue. The guests no longer need to open their Waze and Google Map to find the venue. So, by this barcode, the guests can fill in who's present and who's not.
I will continue. The next point is which is about business model. So for our apps, we use B2C, that means business to consumer. Okay, B2C businesses is sell to their end user and or used to describe a common transaction between a business and a consumer. So B2C refers to the online of selling or e-tailing, which is manufacturer or retailer sells their product over the internet. Of course, doing business in B2C, we need to contact direct with the customer for sell our products or our service. Okay, so we launched the apps for the consumer, for the consumer who wants to get married, who wants to do the events, any events, big events or small events like dinner with the office mates. So with these apps, it can easier for them to invite the people to come the event or ceremony.
Today I want to present about product and services that have offer in the application. The application provides services for individuals who need services to make card bookings for specific occasions. This is where the applications create and use the QR code, where the QR code is functioned as a reminder date to the person who received the invitation cards. In keeping with today's trends, it is very important for users to create invitation card by inviting guests due to the spread of COVID-19 disease. This is where users can use this application to invite only nearby guests to prevent the disease from spreading further. This application is ideal for users who want to save money, as the services payment costs for this application are much lower than the invitation cards services for other weddings.
The target audience for our business is the couple who want to minimize their cost wedding. Let's say if the couple make card invitation, it can cost as low as RM1.50 to as high as RM20 per pitch. Nowadays, the new trend is sending invitation by using e-cards or social media. But if we compare the manual card and e-cards, I think e-card will save the cost, and at the same time it will give more benefits to inviters. So we will do our best to make them satisfied with our service. Our service have many variation and the price very reasonable and affordable.
So for the next point is 5.0, which is use Porter's models to analyze your for our business strategy. So we choose 5 model. So for Porter's model, is a framework to understanding the competitive forces at work in an industry, and which drive the way economic value is divided among industry actors. Okay, for Porter 5 force is a simple but very powerful tool for understanding the competitiveness of our business environment, and it's very important to identifying strategies, potential profitability. So the first point in five force model is bargaining power of buyer. That means our customer. Buyer power can lead the lower price or having to increase cost by adding the features, service quantity in order to sell. Okay, so based on the increased cost is actually about the negotiation with the customer and with the sellers. The next five force models is have tricks of the new entrants in the same industry or same fields. It's like have a one apps. The new apps have a function just like our apps. So it actually it will affect in our position because people or consumer will discriminate with our apps with the other apps. So to stay in our position and make sure the customer will stay with us is we just need to care about what customer wants. The next five force models is have tricks of substitute. Substitute is when someone change a thing or serving in place to another place. With our apps, when we find out people more prefer to inviting people by the social media because of no cost. So we always make what people want, what our customer want to stay with us. Next, I will talk about revenue streams. So for this application can become profitable because nowadays people need something make easier for them. So this apps is a very suitable for them who want to invite the people, who want to design the card with our apps, which is we can create the card, the exclusive card for their event and give the inviting card and also the barcode for the owner to easier for them to inviting people. This apps is actually can easier for them to access at anywhere and anytime.
7.0 is define the basic requirement or functions for the app's design. So the first one is the reminder. So this app can make a directly in the visitor calendar on the mobile phone and will remember 5 days before the day event. The second point is navigation's GPS or Waze. My third point is the list of the guests. The list of guests is important to provide a food for the guests if enough. Number 4, the last point of function of this app is one-click contact. Okay, one-click contact is very important. It's direct contact with the person in charge for the event without saving their numbers. 8.0 is explain how you may use some of Web 2.0 feature in your website. First one, we must scan the QR code enter the app. Cardkawin.com also have collaboration with Google Map and social media. The social media is to share the digital wedding card with your guests or friends, while the Google Map is a direct joint with your receptions.
Conduct a competitive analysis. First, reduce the production time. Wedding Kite online app is easy to use because of the app managed with use a smartphone. The designer will render the image according to the user's taste. Wedding card manual use the cardboard to do all the thing. After that, printed to give a customer. But with this app, all the work can be simple because the guest just scan QR code of wedding card online and the data will scan to the guest phone. Second, reduce consumer sales costs. It is generally accepted that sales costs online are lower than the offline market. In manually to process the wedding card take a higher cost than online. The customer have to pay a lot to design the quality wedding card, and customer have to pay a lot to send the wedding card to the guest. But in the online way, customer do not spend the money with this. All thing is settled with this app. The first thing that I will going to measure the wedding card online app is download mobile. The most obviously measure of the successful of an application developed is the number of download in given time period, and increase the number of the download using the online wedding app will increase the popularity of the apps, as the KPI measure the popularity of an app.
Okay, next for marketing and promotion plan. First, partner with wedding vendor agencies. Weddings are a big affairs in need a lot of service for it to be a success. Make a list of service and products which our client will require, which our currently do not offer. We will make sure we approach all the vendors and agencies that provide this service. They will become our best promotional channel and give us great leads. Second, start a wedding blog. Brides to be invest a lot of their times in planning for their perfect weddings. A survey found that over 91% brides search online for inspiration for their weddings. This is why we need to start a wedding blog. Make sure that the content is relevant and not self-promotional all the time. Last but not least is join forum online. We can also improve our wedding invitation business by signing up for groups and forums in our area. We will keep active by responding to conversations that occur in the business of marriage.
There are 3 points that I want to explain. First is 360-degree views of your customer, quicker access to important information, and the third one is eliminate tedious data entry and duplicate. Occasion to replace existing card for our customer that I use e-card, so the customer can send the e-card to the guest by WhatsApp, email, or so on. Okay. Second is downloaded using a smartphone. At e-card, we include our barcode, our app's barcode, so that when the guests want to attend their event, they scan the barcode and they can download our apps. Our apps is cardkawin.com. Okay. And the last one is we get the list name of customer, number, phone, and from our company to customer who want to attend their guest house, their friend's house. They can get the location, number, phone, and email. So if they fill their number, phone, email, and location. We know our target market, from what country, from what state, so that we forecast. That's financial plan that I use the break analysis, so you can see our sales forecast for executive year, so that we target from the second year, because the first year is the tough year that we want build a trust from